So our first speaker, Rich Mier, is a retired pediatrician who has worked in Southeast Washington, D.C., Lexington, Kentucky, South America, and most recently at the Shenandoah Community Health Center here in Martinsburg. Please welcome Rich to the mic. Woo!
Thanks, Mike. First of all, thanks for being here and for making your voices heard. I'm going to keep this short. It's going to be 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Honest, really. Because it's hot, and also because we don't need much time to condemn what happened last week in Congress with Mr. Trump's big bad, bilious, base, blameworthy, barbarous, bastardly, brackish, baneful, begrimed, befouled, bedraggled, bitter, beastly, burdensome, bleak, and below the belt and bottom-dwelling bill.
Yeah!
It was
alliteration.
It was bad. It was bad. In our beautiful state of West Virginia, this bill will throw up to 95,000 people off Medicaid and will result in 7 rural hospitals facing closure, which will affect thousands of more people. Now, I practiced pediatrics, as Mike mentioned, for a long time in a variety of needy places. And I've cared for many, many children who were on Medicaid. During those 40 years, many, many children on Medicaid. Many of those mothers of those sick children were afraid that there was something seriously wrong with their child. And every one of those Medicaid moms was grateful that they didn't have to worry about their medical bill, that they didn't have to wait until they had the money to have their child cared for. And they didn't have to fret that money for food or rent or transportation would have to be used instead to pay the doctor. Now, I've worked in South America, and where I worked in South America, nobody had health insurance. The clinic where I worked charged $2 a visit, but even so, people hesitated to bring their child in early when they were ill. Maybe it would get better by itself, they hoped. Maybe there was no money, not even $2. And they would often bring their child in too late. The little problem often had become a big problem. The same thing will happen here in West Virginia for those 95,000 people who will now lose their Medicaid. This bill will turn... Thank you. Folks, this bill is going to turn West Virginia into a developing country. Yeah. This bill will turn West Virginia into a developing country in terms of health care for our children. So, my question to you today is, how is it possible that the richest country in the world would do this to needy families? How is that possible? We don't have enough money to provide medical care for our children, but we have plenty of money to provide a bonus of $75,000 each. $75,000 each to the richest 1% of our population. How the hell can that be? How is that possible? Why would our country end up with more and more debt? $3.4 trillion. $3.4 trillion over the next 10 years in order to do what they just did. We are sweating here in the heat in order to scream, this is simply unacceptable. This is simply unacceptable. Stay with me here. This is simply unacceptable. This is simply unacceptable. This is simply unacceptable.
This is simply unacceptable.
This is simply unacceptable.
This
is simply unacceptable.
Unacceptable this is.
Thank you. This This is with the full understanding that our presence today here is just a beginning, and that our journey will be long and the rewards at first may be few. But even so, we will not rest until the vindictive me first politics currently on display in Washington and in Charleston are buried forever. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey.